We are just joking.
All right, we do continue on with the conversation, looking at the changes that have happened in the opposition in Parliament. You do have the National Unity Platform having the largest number of representation in opposition, then giving them the liberty to then have a leader of opposition in Parliament. Now that has definitely, been a debate through December to January. Why would anyone replace a man such as Matthias Mpuga? Well, it is. It's done and dusted. We're just waiting affirmations that the new leader of opposition will be Joel Senyonyi, which makes Alex Waiswa here. Then also in waiting, spokesperson for the National Unity Platform. But before we went into the break, we do have elements that were raised by the Rastaman member of Parliament here. He said that the National Unity Platform is sectarian and they don't have a national character, and also the fact that they're having so many young people that are following them or believe in their ideology. And I would like to give Waiswa an opportunity to respond to that.
It is very exciting, actually, but also extremely a great opportunity that he has brought it out clearly as the members of the oligarch that he manifests not to be part of have propelled as propaganda against our fastest growing political institution in the history of the world. First of all, it is not true, like they have told him, that this was a purge. Joel Senyonyi has been a chair. First of all, he is a member of Parliament. The qualification to those offices, you must have won a constituency. That is why they did not appoint Alex Waiswa Mfumbiro. Probably I would have also loved to be there. They appointed from our team that managed to maneuver the underworkings and undertones of the oligarch in the most bloodiest election ever witnessed in our history. So those 55 of them come from the central region. And mind you, not that those who come from the central region, the 55, are all Baganda. We are a political magnanimous.
I did not say Baganda.
Listen,
I did not say Baganda.
You talked about no,
central. I said the central. I did not say Baganda.
When you talk about, you cannot say the word sectarianism and attribute it to region of central, east, and re-alienate it from the fact of tribalism. That is why you talked about east. Be a Rastafarian. Let's go to the cutting point. Now, from Buganda, in the central region, we have members who are born outside Buganda representing the National Unity Platform. Honorable Nyeko, Machindi West, not in isolation. That was only done by the National Unity Platform. You will not find a member of NRM from Busoga representing in Marara constituency. That only happens in the National Unity Platform. So give us some respect and decorum at that. Joel Senyonyi is a member of Parliament who won with one of the highest turnover of votes. So he should be respected that where it needed to be blown, he was there. He showed up. He is an experienced journalist. From where we are here, he sat on this table for more than 10 years, I think. Respectively, with intelligence, with etiquette, with inspiration to a whole coming generation of journalists, so you cannot say he's not experienced. He's not experienced at being low because
I would not say
you talked about age.
No, I not say that. About it's the first time I
have an opportunity also to answer.
I did not say.
Let me answer now. I'm also answering. I am also answering to the public. I am also answering to the public.
It's not good to.
Okay. Honorable Msira,
they're his words.
I am now answering also to the public, not limiting to your assertion, because you also what you said is a consumption of what you hear from the Garibo society. So I am trying to treat the entire disease from the root. Now, his experience as a journalist has been meticulous, undoubted, spot clean. So, any duty, his leadership in Parliament as chairman of COSASE, you are a truthful person. It is as white as your cloth. I can guarantee that there is nobody who has held that office left spot clean the office of chairman Okosase like Joel Senyonyi. Anita was in that office, and many of even my other friends and mentors, but I can tell you, Joel has been superfluous at that. So if you want to test him on his next assignment. When he left journalism to come to the ghetto of politics, he did not expect where he is that it is where he will be, but he went to fight for the common person. He started the fight. So for anybody to dismiss him, he has worked. I have worked under him as deputy spokesperson, and as my inline boss, I can tell you this is not a joking guy. This is a guy who is, one, keeps time, very prayerful, a person who believes in God. He is not corrupt. He's somebody that everybody in the country should be amazed with, and thank our leader for his kind of vision that he can entrust this young man at 37 to do his next assignment. Our team, if I hear about sectarianism, you are wrong. Nambeshe is still on our team. Honorable Nambeshe, first of all, is our deputy president. Okay? After being our deputy president, he is the chief whip. You know that in parliament, the highest offices in the opposition are 3. 1, leader of opposition. 2, commissioner. 3, a whip. Now, why could you tell us, for us who have had a very great captain at whipping our members of parliament in a very dirty parliament, that we chase him away? We only changed the players. Mpuga was the captain. He is no longer the captain. Joel is the captain. Mpuga is playing the role of a commissioner, which is also not detrimental. You have spoken about Honorable Cheba Kutika. She was the deputy chief whip and chairperson of the caucus of members of parliament of NUP. Today, she is the honorable minister, shadow minister of trade and industry, because Jinja was an industrial town. That is where she represents. Honorable Lucy Akelo, to show you that we are not even sectarian or tribalistic, we even went out of the curtain of NUP and found the great men of reason and dignity and honor and included them in this superfluous team. Honorable Sakelo, Minister of East African Affairs. Honorable Adeke, she is a minister. Honorable Nyakato from Soroti. Honorable Nyakato Asnansi from Hoima. Honorable Odul is the Minister of Constitutional Affairs. Honorable Niwagaba is the Attorney General. Give us a break. Do not lie to the people. Things that are not factual, things that have been the state propaganda. I am the deputy spokesperson. I am a Musoga. Pastor Mwanguzi is the head of training and patriotism. Okay. He's a Musoga.
So point taken, Alex.
She's the deputy Western Uganda.
Let's look at something else that your critics have had. They've said that these changes...
I hope he has now accepted.
I can't.
I'm sure with his...
Rasta.
I can't.
Some have also gone ahead to say that this is a way of, the NUP rewarding for royalty. Loyalty for that matter, and so they are having these changes of position within this very elective term to show or to give appreciation to these particular individuals. So is that true? Does it have any benefit?
Who is disloyal? Because before you talk about loyalty, talk about disloyalty. Who is disloyal?
Well, you do have the NUP leader, when he was giving an interview, he talked about some members in the party that are not loyal.
Twaha Kagabo, it's in no doubt, he's nowhere. Jimmy Rwanga, it is no doubt, he's nowhere. I mean, if you look at our team, we did not have Honorable Semujunganda. I have had him lambast his performance in parliament, that he has taken over the whole parliament. Everything is about him. We have brought him as the Minister of Finance to tell us more about what these people and how deep their hands are into the coffers of our nation.
And therefore, does this then give you still the liberty to critique the national resistance?
No. I am saying Semujunganda is a member of FDC. Where is his loyalty to NUP? Lucy is not a member of NUP. Where is her loyalty? And these are not simple ministries. Ministry of East Africa. Nyakata Snans is a member of FDC. Where is her loyalty to NUP? She's from Hoima. because this is where people misjudge us for their own understanding. We have simply and these roles are virtual roles. These roles, all of us know that the power has been usurped by the dictatorship, that we cannot run away. So whatever roles we are giving them are roles to propel them to be better people, and we are yet to make a final lineup. The day you will judge the National Unity Platform, the day you will judge the people's loved president, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Bobi Wine, is the day when he will be giving you full accountability of the allocation of the resources of this country. Somebody talks about tribalism. Look at the army. Who are the people heading the army? Who are the people heading all these these government parastatals that you promised that by a certain time you will have closed them, but you can't close them because they are your nephews, they are your nieces. It's something you found out as government, that there are many parastatals, you must close them down. You can't close them because the MDs are all related to the first family.
Okay.
Let us speak, if one speak the truth, to power, not to where power is not.
All right.
Because
so
the national
how do these changes propel the opposition, the alternative government, for the remainder of the elective term? Well,
the team is clustered together. They are willing to play along. They have had a series of meetings. In fact, I have participated in some of those meetings. Our team is up and beat. You have not heard anybody saying that they will not perform their duties. Yes, the members of the ruling oligarchy in Parliament, benefactors of gerrymandering of constituencies, were merry-making, thinking that the sky is falling when these changes come, because they probably anticipated that there will be some changes. Okay. But the sky has not fallen. We still have the hold of the heaven skies in our hands as members of the National Unity Platform, because we stand for the people. Everything we do is in the interest of the people. And I want to remind him, who is preparing that we have people who have died in this cause and who are still dying. We have people who are missing, who have been abducted, and this matter is even before you people. And I have heard you speak about it, but sometimes you don't use the same force majeure that you use on other matters. Please use the same, because these are human beings.
My God.
And
not diverting away from it, but actually focusing now on people. We do have gun violence that is on an increase. 2022, 2023, and now into 2024, we start off with fireworks of guns, which is disturbing. Latest scenario having been a clergyman whose life was attempted upon last week, and so it leaves a lot of people in fear. As of this morning, there's a medical worker in Masindi who has lost his life, and so it begs the question: what's the status of security? What's the promise of security for 2024?
Madam Naroga, before I delve into that, I needed a 1 minute comment. My young man, the spokesperson, has really gone to
deputy spokesperson.
I know why. Has gone to all pains, and is a good one. And I respect you for being a good spokesperson. And you should be developed that way, because you can clean all the mess, dress it with white very well. In the conference they had, there were some riots. And I want to say this: people stormed out. I am aware.
Yeah, but
I am aware,
news,
which is okay.
It happened in the
it happens, yeah.
Also, so
it happens, which is okay.
Yeah.
It is a significance that we don't have a dictator.
And people are greatly pained up. Really? I'm telling you. You are yet to find out. But back to the topic. Gun violence. Maybe we have so many guns. Gun violence, crime, political crime, normal crime, petty crime, quarrels, and we settle it with simply getting somebody's life off. This country is going through this. As younger people, I was 4 years in the 60s, 69, I was 4 years, 70, I was 5 years. But my father, he would go out on self-help in Uganda, because I grew up in Uganda here. on self-protection missions at the time against condos at the time. Maybe they did not have guns. They used the pangas, they would attack, and even just right today, yes, they are more advanced using guns. Some of them are simply quarrels. I quarrel with Naluoga, maybe out of so many other reasons, and I want your life terminated, which is quite very bad. It's very unfortunate that it happened to a very popular person. I've just recently been in Tanzania, and when you're in Tanzania, people think everybody knows Pastor Bujingo in Tanzania, and to be particular in Dar es Salaam. So this, it paints us as is a bad picture, by the way, outside there. But we want to say vigilance becomes the most important. Okay. And once these criminal gangs coalesce, they become uncontrollable. There are some countries where you can not move at night. In Uganda is one of the most peaceful criminally, unlike my young man here. If you went to Nairobi, Nairobi.
Let me backtrack to a statement that you said that it happened to a very popular person, and so to the unpopular person that it happens to on a daily basis. The kind of response is quite different. You're now having SFC guarding of this particular popular person. It doesn't guard the ordinary Ugandan that it happens to on a daily person in the constituency that you represent. This is not news. This is daily happenings of people losing their lives in the manner that you tend to explain. So in that regard, we need some clarity on who does the SFC guard? Who qualifies to be guarded by them?
It's the responsibility of this country.
A popular person? Or?
It is the responsibility of this country to guard each individual, even unborn citizen.
Let me revise the statement and ask who is worthy of special security?
Yeah, special, I don't have one. I don't, yes, he said I belong to this government. I don't have any security. But no, I corporately, I must be, every citizen, it is enshrined in this constitution. So is it that your life is the responsibility of government to guard it. You must be alive. Okay. We can quarrel, we can do anything. Actually, let
me speak. Let me take the last word. No, I also give you equal time. Let me take the last words from Alex in regards to security 2024. What does that picture look like in your perspective?
Well, first of all, this is what we have been saying every day. And these are the matters that these members of parliament have taken very lightly against what the citizens have been presenting to parliament. The total breakdown of our security apparatus is now visible. If you interrogate even the so-called popular pastor and look at the militarization of his own church,
so-called
militarization, nearly the whole church is the military. The person who was guarding him is an elder, allegedly, of the church. He is also his bodyguard. Now, even by deployment, the last, I think, 2 months, when we were discussing Somalia, I clearly stated that part of our security breakdown is on deployment. Deploying semi-qualified people, deploying people who are related to certain people for jobs through corruption. Because if this person has been known to this person for 13 years, how did he become his bodyguard, and why in the last 9 months of the Special Forces Command? Who are the other persons who had been assigned to this person before the 9 months? These are the very pertinent questions, because if this person has been working as an undercover person, a military person of this popular person, and later he is murdered after he has been given a duty to protect this person, who 10 years ago professed that he will take all of the bullets if they are 10 for this pastor. Now, those are the questions. But the issue of insecurity, that is why we talk about the Chibalamas, that is why we talk about the Sanyas, that is why we talk about the Machetes. I think our force has now been delved into politicking.
Okay.
And you cannot run away from even what is happening. A tweet from the Daily Monitor this morning, I think it was yesterday, about an NRM, an MK blogger, Sijui mobilizer of Mbarara, who came out and attacked the Minister of Internal Affairs for asking the police to do thorough investigations in this matter because this is a supporter of a certain general. Now, that is what they call sectarianism, and that is how it affects the core of the nation.
It goes back to zero, so no solutions so far, but let's wait to see how the government will respond to the state of security in 2024 to ensure that there is protection for all Ugandans. This marks the end of this conversation. Of course, you can continue these debates across our social media platforms. Thank you so much for being with us, and have yourselves a good day.